Sorry. Anyone from the fourth year or third year and second year? It's please. Hello.
Hello, Bhaiya. This is Paris. I am from first year MNC.
ओके 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 यार इंट्रो नहीं चाहिए यार मेरे को तो बता दो कोई फर्स्ट ईयर सेकंड ईयर थर्ड ईयर से हो क्या एंड do one thing guys, please keep in your group reminder the poster and link, share the link, because some people might forget this. I got good response, nearly 183 response I have got. Yeah, try to on videos here. I'm seeing the only blackboard, like black screen. Try to on please. So guest also will interact with you in good way. So he'll also get interest more to. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Till know how many numbers added. 14. Sir, we will wait. Sir, hello.
Yep. Tell me, what's up, man?
Sir, we will wait for the 2 minutes. The people are joining, I think.
All right. Okay. I'll be back. I'll be back in 2.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
हाँ हेलो
आपका सेशन इंट्रो होगा क्या होगा हेलो तो मैं कह रहा था आपके सेशन इंट्रो होगा क्या होगा
can you mute your mic please? I'm getting the background sound also. Hello, you people won't do not say any intros here. This is a workshop is going on. This is not any induction program or orientation program.
फिर इस वर्कशॉप के लिए कुछ आना जरूरी है क्या मतलब कंप्लीट
Yeah, this is your from first year. I think you can explore, guys. So you can know about data science. What is data science and what is like software development? What is in
कुछ जानते नहीं
data?
तो शर्मा जाए
Hello.
तो जैसे कुछ जानते नहीं पहले से तो कोई परेशानी हो गया
अरे कुछ नहीं होता यार, प्री रिक्वेस्ट कुछ नहीं है इसको भाई, प्री रिक्वेस्ट कुछ नहीं, प्री रिक्वेस्ट के लिए मैं बुलाया था गेस्ट के लिए. Pre-request क्या क्या चाहिए, roadmap for the data science के लिए क्या क्या चाहिए, pre-request when we go for the interview or when it like when we crack a test, anything we need the pre-request like how to crack data science. Data science is a big field in the today's days.
Yeah, please tell us if you know about the data science. Please share the information. And
Yeah, sure. The lecture workshop going on that only, bro.
okay, yeah.
Okay. If you have guys, if you have any doubt, you can unmute your mic and you can ask the doubt to the guest. No, don't hesitate. Yeah. Yes, we can start now. How many members have joined it till now? Got 39 responses. Sorry. Okay. Guys, please switch on your videos and unmute your mic so it is better to interact with you. I'm saying to all.
Hey guys. Hello everyone. Good evening. Can we start? Raghunath, can we start?
Yeah,
Yes,
sir.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Try to do one thing, right? Don't put all of your mics on unmute. Unmute your mics only when you have some specific question. Otherwise, use the chat window that you have here, right? Use that chat window. Put your comments over there. I'll make sure that I cover everything. Don't worry. Otherwise,
Okay,
what's gonna happen is I'm sure that you guys are sitting in hostels, and I don't want abusive sounds coming from the background.
sir, they are in the home only, sir. They haven't went in to college. They are in quarantine only till now. We haven't opened college.
Oh, you guys didn't come back?
No, sir.
So we first yearites haven't even seen the gate, the main gate of BHU.
That's sad,
I
dude.
haven't been to college yet.
So
Oh,
I have never been
fuck.
to like a campus, but I'm still like missing campus life.
Fuck it. Oh, I didn't realize, yeah. It's so funny.
It was like kind of insulting.
For all your relatives, basically you've gone to an IIT, but basically that is just your home and a video screen.
Yeah, they are missing
Yes,
lots,
sir,
sir. They are
exactly.
missing lots. The place.
So first year, right? It's like then you don't even know, like you don't know anything, right? You don't know Lanka and you don't know BHU Gate and you don't know
No,
LC.
we don't know
anything.
anything.
Nothing.
We've
We
just
They
seen
don't
it in
know.
the
heard about
pictures.
it
We just
from our
saw
mentors. That's it.
we just saw it in the
No, sir.
intro video of a college.
Fuck, man. So then you're not legit BHUites yet. If you haven't even seen Lanka Gate.
Yes, they haven't visited Sheergate also, sir. Sheergate is a famous to IIT BHU.
Yeah.
We haven't even visited Varanasi at the first place. So, matlab,
Yeah.
So sad, yeah. It's really sad. I my sympathies are with you guys. But let's hope
Okay,
it.
sir. Yeah, we can start now, sir. Okay. Hello.
Awesome, fantastic. Okay, so let me understand one thing, guys. Can you guys give me a sense of which years? Most of the people here are from first year. Majority of you.
Yeah, please.
Yes, we all are freshers.
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes.
it's
Oh, okay, all
Anyone
right.
in third year? Hello.
Everyone sure here.
Yes, sir. I am third year student.
Okay.
Oh, you're a third year student.
Okay.
Prashant.
Thanks for letting me know that you're a student. Otherwise, I would have thought you're a third year teacher. Okay, so
Okay.
guys, that's nice, Prashant. Good to have you here, man. Just kidding.
Hello.
So, okay, let's get started, guys. Let's get to the elephant in the room, and the elephant today is data science, right? And I think it's really fun to interact with you all, but then I also know I have to give some value. I can't just do bakchodi here and leave, right? It's not it's not a college reunion. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to cover the relevant stuff first, or baki bakchodi can happen later on. Sounds like a good plan?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I think someone was very curious to know when did I graduate. I graduated 9 years back, my friend. in 2012, just a year after, or no, not the year after, the same year that ITBHU got converted to IIT BHU. And we were the second batch who had the IIT degree from the campus. And yeah, those were good old days when still we had like 7 IITs in the country. And today, I think what we have 15, 18, 20, how many?
I don't understand.
23.
23.
What?
23.
Yes.
There are 23 now.
Yeah,
Yes,
six to seven new IITs were like introduced in year 2016, and even Dhanbad got the status of IIT in 2016.
Acha. Dhanbad is fine, but
Mhm.
23?
Jammu, Ropar,
23.
like all these bizarre. Yeah.
What? Choppered? What is choppered?
Ropar.
Ropar.
IIT Ropar.
Roped. Oh,
Even-
Roped is an IIT.
Even there is an IIT in Goa also.
Yeah, IIT Goa.
Oh, there's a beach in Goa also. That's not a big deal.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Okay.
let's get started. So, guys, let me tell you something about myself, right? So, I graduated from IIT BHU, our very own campus in 2012, and right after graduating, I joined this company called Fractal Analytics. In terms of my profession, let me just clarify one thing. I think you would have seen the screen share that I did, right? So I have been into data science profession. I've been into data science consulting for the past 9 years. And what I've done all along, right? Like the moment I got out of ITBHU, I got campus recruited at Fractal Analytics. And I worked there for 2 years as an analyst. And then I became a senior analyst in Fractal. I left Fractal to join a company named Bharti AXA Life. That was an insurance company, life insurance company. I was the manager of their customer analytics team. And yeah, I worked there for a very small period of time. And then I realized that, okay, this entire company is full of people who are like 45, 50 plus, 50 years plus employees, and Fractal had like an average employee age of 25. So I could not adjust at Bharti AXA Life, and I had to move out because it's like suddenly my life became like from it went away from American Pie to Bagban, right? So I could not handle that work culture at Bharti AXA Life, and I left that company in 3 months itself. And then came the big break in my career. I joined a consulting company called Fisher Jordan as a consultant. And believe me, like even from IIT BHU standards, I got like a hell lot of money at that company at that point. And it was like almost like in 3-4 months, my salary just doubled or more than doubled. Something like that happened. I just got a big break over there. Fisher Jordan was a really, really nice company. It was a very similar company to Zorba. So currently, like I run Zorba Consulting India. It is a consulting company in data science. We help companies and organizations make data-driven decisions. And just to give you a sense of what data science is, all of you can imagine the way it was 10 years back, right? That half of the people who do engineering, they work in softwares, right? Similarly, today in 2020, when you're sitting, half the people who do engineering are going to get into data science or something related to data science. So data science is like one of the most sought after careers in 21st century. Harvard Business Review calls data scientist as the sexiest job role of 21st century. Google that out. I'm not lying. So, and they've used the exact same word, right? Sexiest job role of 21st century. So data science as a career, I'll talk to you about, I'll give you a sense of what that is, but just to converge, right? I joined Fisher Jordan, and then I worked at Fisher Jordan for 3 years, and then I started Zorba Consulting in May 2017, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, May 2017. And almost for last 3.5 years, I have been running this company, and it's super fun to have your own setup and consult the clients on your own and all that fancy stuff. Now, at this point, guys, all of you who are getting paranoid about screen share, it's not being shared at this point. Okay. Now I'm going to share the screen and my video is going to go off because Microsoft Teams does not have the feature to show you both. But anyway, I'm just going to share the screen with you and we'll just get started. And also in the meantime, if some of you have any questions. So can you guys see me now still? I don't think so, right?
No.
So I'm sharing.
There is no option will be.
Sorry?
There is no option, sir, to share both screen.
There's no option, right?
Yes.
Okay, because someone here was saying that it has both the options. Let me try. Let me see if that works out.
It is, sir. So there is option, but maybe you are a guest. That's why it is not.
Sir, there.
Okay, okay, that's not a problem. Can you guys see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you guys see me?
No.
Yes, no?
No.
No,
sir.
nobody can see me?
No. But we are able to see Raghu Bhaiya.
Yeah, I'm. Hello, guys.
Okay, have fun with Raghu Bhaiya.
You can see down there's like attendance will show there.
Okay, no problem, guys. And now put everyone go on mute and let's get this thing started.
Yeah.
And,
Sir,
yes.
Hello. Yeah, 1 second. Guys, if you have any queries, any question, please unmute and ask the question, or otherwise drop drop message in the chat box.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Someone was asking what is a consultant, right? Gaurav, I think, was asking what's a consultant. Can you guys see the presentation right now or no?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, sir.
You can see the presentation, right? Great. All right. So Gaurav, a consultant basically is anyone who comes in and solves a problem, right? So your doctor is your consultant. You have a health problem, you go to a doctor, he solves it. He's a consultant. He's a healthcare consultant. Your a lawyer is your legal consultant. You have a problem related to law. Your lawyer comes in, he helps in, he's a consultant. Consultant is basically just someone who gives you advice. Most likely that advice will be to solve some problem for you. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, let me tell you about what data science is and why data science has become so critical in today's time, why everyone is talking about that. How many of you have heard about data science, by the way? Yeah, raise hands. 8. Yeah, all of you can raise hands. Yes, 20, 21, 23, 29, 30. None of you saw the ad like Simply Learn and Great Learning and all of these people? Yeah, 37, 36. Okay, good. So I think almost half of you have heard about it. I'm sure all of you have heard about it. It's impossible to not have heard about data analytics in 2020 and, be at your age. That's what I would like to believe. But either way, I will explain data science to you in a very simple way, right? Let's do a simple problem solving, right? A case study, let's say. I'll get into that case study right after I tell you guys the agenda for the session. So the outline for the session goes something like this. The list of topics has breaking some misconceptions about data science, my journey of how I have come to become the CEO and principal consultant at Zorba, the game changer in my journey overall, what mistakes I made, and then I will give you the roadmap to become a great data scientist yourself, right? So that's more or less going to be the agenda. If anyone has any questions, you can raise your hands, you can unmute yourself and ask, or you can drop it in the chat window out there. All right.
Okay,
Now,
sir.
great. Now, let me ask you guys one basic thing, right? And this is the example that I'm going to use to give you guys a sense of what data science is. Do you guys know, have you all used Facebook?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Do you guys know how would Facebook recommend you the people you may know? You know that feature on Facebook? It recommends you people that you might be knowing, and then you have
By our contact
By our
numbers.
friends. Already we have friends that their friends are this.
By mutuals and your description, bio, and all, they match it and then do it.
Contacts and all.
Yeah, and
Our contact numbers.
Okay, contacts, friends, our bio, all of that, right? Now, what happens is that, let's say on Facebook, when you have your name, right, your name written, is your name a data point? I'm just trying to give you guys a sense of what data is, basically. Your name is a data point, right? It's some information, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. Also, when you write about where are you from, let's say you write your town as being from Jaipur, right? That city Jaipur again is a data point about you. It's some data about you.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your name, your city, your school is again a data point for Facebook. Yes. Yes. No.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your list of friends is again a data point for Facebook. Who all are your friends?
Yes, sir.
So what happens is, imagine this, like Facebook has all of this information. Now, how it will recommend you people you may know or people you might be friends with is basically using this data that Facebook has about you. That, okay, you went to this school, you went to this college, you are from this particular city, this guy is your friend, this guy is your friend, this guy is your friend. Then Facebook will look, okay, guy A, guy B, guy C. There are three people, right? A, B, and C. Now, what Facebook will do is, if you are friends with A and you are friends with B, and imagine you are not friends with C, right? You're friends with A, you're friends with B, you're not friends with C. Everyone. You're friends with A, friends with B, not a friends with C. I'm just typing the same here. Right? Three people. A, B, C are three people. Is there a whiteboard option also here in this Microsoft, this thing?
Yes, we have.
Yes, sir, it is.
Where exactly is it?
You can click the present option and you will get the get an option to share a whiteboard.
No, I am not getting that actually. On present one, I'm actually right now I'm presenting my screen, and if
You need to stop presentation and then
okay.
again.
So instead
Got
of
it.
that, if the PPT is editable, so you can write on the PPT on the slide.
Okay, that also I could do, and yeah, whiteboard, I'm actually not getting an option to do that. I don't have whiteboard dual option. Let me go to the PPT itself, right?
Neeraj?
Yeah, I'm
Hello.
setting up the whiteboard.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll use the PPT. You guys can see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that there are three people out here, right? There is a person A. There's a person A that okay. I'm saying there's a person A, there's a person B, and there's a person C. right? These three guys are there. What I'm trying to tell you is that, let's say you are friends with A and B. All right, guys, you're friends with A and B. I'm just trying to put it like this. And I'm writing you here. Sorry. All right. You're friends with A and you're friends with B as well. Okay. But you're not friends with C. Okay. This circle represents that you're friends, right? You're friends with A, you're friends with B, you're not friends with C. Everyone, this much is clear?
Clear,
What's
sir.
the situation?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, what Facebook will do, Facebook also knows that similarly, there is another situation where A is friends with C, right? A is friends with C and B is friends with C as well. B is friends with C as well. Everyone understands this much?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
happens is that you do not have any connection to C. A is friends with, you are friends with A, you're friends with B. And both of these guys are friends with another guy who is C. So what is the data? The data that Facebook has is that, okay, you map to these two and these two map to C, right? Is this some data that Facebook has? Seems like data.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
using
Yes,
this
sir.
data, right, Facebook will match. Facebook will, let's say, for every common friend between you and A and you and B, for every common friend, let's say there is a single point that Facebook is giving, right? Facebook is giving a score that, okay, how many friends do you and some random person, in this case C, do you have in common? So let's say you have a total of 5 friends, and out of those 5 friends, you are not friends with that random person, that person C, but you and C have so many friends in common. Do you think that could be a good driver, that data point, the number of common friends between you and a certain person, can be a good indicator for Facebook to recommend that, hey, you may know this person? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me do one more thing. Let's write all the parameters that Facebook will use or can use potentially to figure out who all can be, how can they recommend you the friends or people that you may know. So one is number of mutual friends. That could be a variable. Do you all understand variable? All, I hope you're all you'd given a math exam, right? To come here. Guys, yes? You all understand variable?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Great. Just respond a bit quickly so that, we will be able to move a bit faster. So now I'm asking you guys that all the parameters that Facebook will use to recommend people you may know or recommend you friends, let's list it. So the first I have written is number of mutual friends. What else can it be?
Or location.
Location. Okay. Third,
Our contacts.
Our school or college.
School, college. Okay, what else?
Interests.
Interests, I doubt, but maybe.
The
Okay, what else?
pictures we like.
Pictures, yes. So common interactions on content, right?
Contacts.
Contacts, okay. What else? Anything else, guys? Come on.
The profiles we follow or the uh, pages that we follow.
Pages, I don't think so. There should not be a connection, right, between pages you follow and pages your friends follow. It's
But
too
similar-minded people will follow the same kind of
No,
stuff.
similar-minded people, but not necessarily they all will be your friends, right? Like, for example, there are almost 12 crore people who follow Yash Raj films on Facebook. But all those 12 crores are not friends, right?
No.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Quick.
Images we post in which we are together.
Okay, images where you are tagged together, right? Unless you're tagged, what does Facebook know? Of course, now it can know using facial recognition.
Our interest Google searches can be recommended.
What Google's? Sorry?
Any browsing on or surfing in the net on the net can be an option.
Option for what?
For a recommendation to a friend or any pages or anything.
I don't think so. You don't look out for your friends on Google, right?
No, sir. Sorry. I'm
Okay,
thinking in a wrong way.
Okay, guys, let's say there are these 8 things that Facebook uses to figure out who could be your friends, right?
Profession.
Okay, sir.
Profession could be one, but yeah, let's keep it this much for now. Now, each one of these, right? Location, school, college, interest, common, interactions on content, contacts, images, all of this is basically data that you generate, right? When you go and create an account on Facebook and you surf through Facebook and you use it every day. All this data was provided by you. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So all of this data that you've provided Facebook, this data Facebook uses, and using this data, Facebook runs some algorithms. Algorithms in the sense you can assume algorithms to be like mathematical equations, complex mathematical equations, which help Facebook figure out that if there are too many of these things matching here, right? Let's say combining all of these things, Facebook will create a score, right? So number of mutual friends, let's say for every mutual friend, there is one score. One friend equals 1 point. Okay, in this scoring. Let's say same city, 2 points, else 0. You guys understand this?
Yes.
Same 5 points, else 0. I'm showing you what data science and data science algorithms are in the simplest of the manner possible, right? Same college, 10 points, else no. You can let me know if you feel that's nice or kahin pe scoring needs to change. Interests, same interests, 0.5, else 0. Common interactions and content. Every common interaction 2 points. All right. Present in your contact list. 10 points if present in your contact list. Else 0. All right. Images that you're tagged with another person. If you're tagged together, then definitely there's a huge chance that you must be friends, right? Or you may know that person, right? That's a guarantee. So 20 if yes, if tagged together, 0 if no. Did you guys see what I just did? Make it 5. Okay, can anyone tell me what has happened? What have I just done?
Means more points means more preference.
Okay, come on, guys, think about it. Whatever is written here, just think about it.
Basically, Facebook has calculated the likelihood of the two of them being friends.
Yes, that's perfect. That's bang on. And that term likelihood that you used, wow. So impressed. Okay, others?
We have given
It's
weightage
like a
to
comparison.
each parameter, and it will like calculate the overall weightage and then recommend you.
Okay.
Sir, can we also include the hashtags that we follow? Like it
No, we're
also.
not gonna so see, as I'm saying, right, I'm trying to simplify this thing. Let's keep the list at this. I hope we all understood basically what we're trying to do, right, with the variables.
Okay, sir.
But tell me, what exactly have I done here? What I have done here is I had 8 variables more or less, right? So if someone tells you that, okay, how many variables were there in the algorithm that Facebook used to recommend the people you may know, you can say that there were 8 variables that we used, right? So that each one of these is a variable. We use these 8 variables. We give different weightage to each of the variables. We give a different weightage to each of the variables. Yahan pe right now what I have done is I have given the weightage from my end itself, right? I have not done like a lot of analysis. I've just used my intuition, my problem solving skills, my basic understanding, my common sense I have used to give various weightages here, and they more or less make sense, right? More or less, not exactly accurate, but more or less. Like if I ask you guys, which is the least important variable to figure out the people you may know, can you tell me which one is it? Don't
Same interest.
Interest.
Tag.
Interest.
Yes, interest it is.
Interest. Mutual
Same
friends.
school, same college. Location.
Nah. Sir, mutual friends. Interest.
Let me do one thing. Let me ask a couple of you, right? The least important variable here, Abhipsita, can you tell me?
Sir, interests, same interests.
Is that Abhipsita?
Yes, sir. So same interest is the least important variable.
Got it. Okay, Aditya, what do you think? Come on, quick, guys.
Interest and mutual friends.
Okay, Vibhor, what do you think?
ये म्यूचुअल फ्रेंड को आपने लीस्ट क्यों दिया, मतलब 2 पॉइंट दे रखे हैं आपने, म्यूचुअल फ्रेंड तो मतलब हाई प्रायोरिटी
Sir, it's interest, sir, because rest all things could be multiple. It's common interest. If you follow 10, it will be 5 points. But location, you can just have one. Could be 2 points, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I think same school should be more weighted.
म्यूचुअल फ्रेंड का ज्यादा वेटेज नहीं होना चाहिए?
नहीं वो I'm not asking you that thing overall. right now the score that we've given, the least important variable is the interest, right? Because it's just 0.5 weightage, whereas everything else is 2 or above, right? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And now whoever is saying that school should have more weightage, yeah, maybe. Right now, like I've just done like a decently acceptable one. We are not creating an exact model. I'm showing you how a model is created, right? Or how data is used to make decisions. Now, do you understand this thing here, that using data about you, Facebook can create an algorithm similar to what I have created? And what is the final conclusion from this algorithm? This algorithm will give you a score, and that score will have one quality or one characteristic. What will that characteristic be? I'm typing it here in the bottom. Higher the score, who will complete it for me? Higher the score,
More is the recommendation.
more is the likelihood
That they are friends and they know each other.
likelihood that two people who know
Probability of mutual friendship.
Two people.
this is what will be the final outcome. Like when I create this model, right? Let's say I do whatever I needed to do in terms of flagging these people or whatever model I create. I keep doing that. I keep working on that. At the end of it, do you think the final that I will get like an equation using all of these variables, and all of those variables can be put into a mathematical equation, and combination of that mathematical equation will give me a combined score, right? Let's say I can create a simple score and a simple equation saying final score is the sum of all these 8 scores that you have on the screen, right?
Yes,
And then
sir.
look at that score. That score tells me how likely are you to know a person, and then I can decide a cutoff, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cutoff could be for 2 people, for Facebook to recommend, or for me to recommend you this person, there needs to be a minimum score of 10 between the two of you. So everything above 10 will be recommended. Everything less than 10 will not be recommended. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, whatever we've done, right, this entire thing that we were doing just now, this is basically using data about you to make some decisions after creating a model using that data, right? So this, whatever I've done, this thing right now here in front of your screens, this is basically creating a model, right? A scoring model. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now, I have done it right now after discussing with you, but when real decisions are happening, when Facebook is doing that, we don't know what the heck are they doing. This algorithm could be very complicated for them, and it could be a lot more sophisticated. It might not be this simple, right? We are just doing like a common sense understanding of the same. But what Facebook might have been doing is, it has, you go on Facebook how many times every day? 20, 10? Every day. And then how many friends you have, and then friends, and then I don't know in which picture you come with whom. All of that data, can you imagine how complicated it is to process? Like,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
if it was being done manually, one person could not even possibly track one person, right? So for every single person, probably one person would be required to check all the activities कि अरे कहाँ tag हो गया है, किसके साथ photo में आया है, कौन से school गया था, how to match it. You may require like one person completely to find out about one individual, right? अगर manually करना हो तो. So basically, if there are 7 crore people on the planet, we need 7 crore people to figure out this thing, had it not been for Facebook. Because there is so much of data, there is so much of interaction, there is so much of activity happening, so much of data you're generating, that it is impossible for us to efficiently analyze that data and make any conclusion with that data if we are doing it manually. And that's where data science becomes really, really critical. What it does is that if you look at it, right, now Facebook has done the effort once. It created those algorithms to match people, to give you all of these features. And I'm just talking in a very basic sense, but Facebook has done a lot more. And probably after going through this example, you will realize why that guy deserved to be the youngest billionaires, like the amount of issues that he solved, right? It is a very complex problem. Can you imagine it? That one person, how many likes, how many comments, how many friends, his friends, the entire network, how much data is being generated for a single person every single day, right? Every click that you do, every time that you're scrolling through, whatever you're doing, it's generating data, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's why data science has become the sexiest job role in 21st century, because there is so much of data in the world. Can you guys imagine the first phone that you had? Can you guys tell me what is the storage on your phone right now? One that you have? Come on, quick.
464. 464.
64 gigabytes.
64.
64.
64 GB?
128.
256.
Can you guys tell me the first phone that you had? Do you remember what was the storage on that? The first phone?
16.
10 GB.
It may
10 GB.
2 MB.
Plus
2
that
MB.
was
Somebody
16.
2 MB.
64 KB. 64 KB.
KB.
Yes, sir. 64 KB.
That was the phone or
64
calculator?
KB.
It was
No,
a
sir. Keypad. Keypad.
Okay.
Keypad.
Keypad. Yeah. Now, why did I ask you guys is the first phone that you had, it was what, 7-8 years back, 6 years back, 5 years back, something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That first phone that you had that storage, and today you have 128 GB. Can you look at the growth of the storage on your phone? And
Yes, sir.
do you feel that even 128 GB you have like a lot of storage which will never get over?
No, sir. It's not look like that.
No, it's already like full.
So can you understand one thing, that in last 5 years itself, forget about everything else, in last 5 years, by what fraction has the data being generated in the world increased? If each individual phone has gone from 8-10 GB to 128 GB, what is the growth? How many times has it increased?
Can't imagine. 12 times. 12 times approximately.
Yeah, 12 times, maybe like 1200%, let's say, for one individual, right? This is just your data on your phone you're talking about.
Into 7 crore.
How about the data that you do not store on your phone, like your Facebook likes, your Twitter data, your Google search data, your travel data, your YouTube surfing data? All of that data you don't store, right?
Yeah,
that is
it's on cloud.
YouTube,
Yes.
Facebook, Twitter, all of these companies, LinkedIn, your Google, all of these guys store the data, your Gmails, your various accounts, your banks, all that data is also yours, right? Every individual's, but you don't have that data. That is with those companies.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, but our phone stores data in form of caches, cookies, etc.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Caches, cookies.
yeah. So what?
Sir, our phone also stores data that we search in Google, Facebook.
No. There's no. So there's a lot more data, right? Like your phone, the total amount of storage that you have, let's say all of the browsing histories that you've had ever, like forever, I'm talking about, Google server has a lot more data about you, potentially even the data that you probably are not keeping yourself, right? Let's say the stuff that you've deleted, maybe the chats that you've deleted, your own accounts, your Gmail accounts, all of that data, your entire Gmail is not hosted on your phone, right? All the mails. You have the Gmail app and you can access all of those mails because those mails are being retrieved from a server in Google's workspace, right? Do you think that
Yes, sir.
you are storing all like 60,000 Gmails, like emails in your Gmail account that you have? You're not
No,
storing,
sir.
you're just retrieving them. So my point is that there is so much of data for every individual. Can you imagine? And do you see how this situation has changed just in last 5 to 10 years? I had my first phone 10 years back had a total storage. The first smartphone that I had bought, it was in 2011, I guess, the first smartphone that I got, like that touch screen capacitive Samsung phone. It had about a 256 MB of storage. MB, I'm saying. Today I have 256 GB. 1,000 times data storage has increased in last 10 years. Do you see the data bombardment that is happening in the world? The data wave that is coming? Do you understand why the data and data analysis and all of these terms that you have heard, why they are becoming so popular? Because the data is the way that you can know about anything, right? Right now I am speaking. So basically this is my verbal data that you guys are consuming in your ears, and that's how you're learning something, right? Ever in your life, whatever you've learned, whatever you've understood, whatever wisdom you have, it's at the end of the day coming from data, right? Your books, the text that's written on your books, that is data.
Yes.
Your notes, that is data. Your phones, the Google searches you're doing, that is data. The videos that you watch, it is data. Everything is data, right?
Yes, sir.
So given that for the world to know anything of value or to understand anything, data is the only way to do that. Given that data processing, data storage, and learning from data has become very, very critical. But now you must be asking, why suddenly now? Like all of this data and data science, why has it become so popular now? I did not hear about it like 5 years back or 10 years back, let's say. Why suddenly now? Anyone has a question? Anyone has an answer to this? Come on.
Sir, due to increase in number of users. Due to increase in number of users.
You mean increase in population in the world?
No.
Sir, increasing softwares.
Increase in?
Increasing number of users, I think.
So there are like more features and everything being added. So that is like taking up space, and more users are also
guys,
increasing like compound.
Try to understand. You are
Mostly
thinking
app
about it.
makes it interactive by data only.
No, guys, try to understand.
Companies are building big supercomputers which can store more and more data. So they are
So one
having great
aspect.
servers.
Okay. So one aspect of that is definitely that data science is coming now. It's becoming popular now because now we have the data. We did not have the data earlier. We did not have the capacity to store the data earlier, right?
Yeah.
So if you could not store the data, what would you do with data science or data analysis? You don't have anything to analyze. So it did not exist before. Now we have the capacity to store data. Now we are creating more data every day than ever, right? Every single day. Imagine on this planet 7 billion people, how much data they must be creating every day, right?
1 petabyte.
Some approx. But the point is that today's world is a world where everything has come together. Everything is in place. There is a lot of data being generated. There is enough infrastructure available to store that data. There is enough awareness in the world that data is the only way to learn. I can know about my consumer what they don't know about themselves, right? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
do you think that if I take out all the texts that you have sent me on the chat window, and if I start analyzing it, do you think I'll be able to make up who among you are more of extroverts, who like to step up in between, who like to interrupt more, who are more of silent listeners? Do you think I can figure many of those things out about you guys?
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Looking at the data?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can I also figure out, like, I can look at this thing and I can create a basic model that, okay, anyone who has more than 7 responses in the chat window is more of an extroverted active individual. Then I can analyze the text of what exactly have you written, and I can look at, okay, maybe this person is a shy person, maybe this is an arrogant one, maybe this is like an overconfident individual. Can I make it out?
Yes, sir.
There is a way to do that, right? There is
Yes,
sentiment.
sir.
I can look at your text and I can read the sentiment of how exactly have you put up stuff, right? Or what exactly are you trying to say? Or how exactly are you feeling? There are ways to know that. Similarly, when you talk, like many of you must have heard about Alexa, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Alexa or Cortana or Siri, all of these Google Assistant, all of these guys, they can figure out from your tone, right? These days, the tone, the data of your tone, right? How your syllables moved, they can figure out what mood are you speaking from. Not like, it's not very developed at this point, but they have started doing that, and eventually it will exactly be able to figure out better than how we communicate with each other. So the point is that data can enable us to do anything that we want to do in this world, fundamentally. Anyone who understands data, who has the capability to learn from data, will definitely be much beyond all the other people who do not understand data that well, because that's the power of data. Be it winning IPL matches, talking about NBA matches, football clubs. Football clubs have like a team to analyze data. Do you guys know any
Yes, sir.
Liverpool, Barcelona fans out here?
Yeah.
And if I missed a couple of them,
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid and Chelsea as well. So all of these clubs, they spend so much of money to analyze every player's data, right? The player's shoes have sensors to check their directional movement. It has they track their pace, the time this person is taking from 0 to going to 100 meters per second speed. All of like immense amount of data you can't even imagine.
Sir, even in cricket bats these days.
Yes, yes. So that's the level at which the world is going. And what happens? All of this data is analyzed by someone. If you would have seen this, there was a series, right, called Inside Edge. You know about that on Amazon Prime?
Yes, sir.
It was related to IPL. In that series, you would have seen the role of that girl, right? What is her name? Sayali Gupta, something like that. There was in that team, there was an analyst who was actually analyzing the data and then informing what is the team combination that should be playing against a particular team in a certain match. So all of this happens with data. My point that I'm trying to make to you is, if you feel that any product in today's world is like really good, really cool, you can be rest assured that at the back of that is data, right? The way they used to say, right, behind every successful man is a woman. The same way, behind every successful product is data. Without data, it can't happen. Be
Yes,
it
sir.
Netflix, you get better recommendations from Netflix because Netflix has developed better models using your data to recommend right things to you. Netflix knows that, okay, hey, you are friends with this person, this person, this person. People who had similar interests as you have liked this movie. So they will say that, okay, probably you might also like that movie. Netflix is doing that. Spotify is doing that. Amazon Prime is doing that. Amazon Shopping is doing that. Flipkart, Uber, Ola, whatever you like, Instagram, everyone is doing that. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Realize that why most likely when you get out of your colleges, probably you will be working in a data related stream, most likely, because whatever be the company, data is there about customers, about bank accounts, about travel histories, about whatever, depending on what business you are in. At the end of the day, to know about customers, to know about processes, everything boils down to data. Am I clear? Yes, no? All right. Now let's come to breaking some misconceptions. I'm thinking, I'm assuming that I've made it very clear to you that data is gonna be everywhere, whether you like it or not. So about data science, right? Data science is basically a field that analyzes all of this data, that uses the data. Data could be anything. I hope that now you guys understand that data is not only about mathematical variables. Even your name is a data, your age is a data, your gender is also data, right? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
So now, data science would basically help companies to learn about their customers, processes, their business operations, and make strategies and decisions about their business based on the insights that are generated with that data. What kind of insights? Example of Diwali. And important thing that you need to remember is that the term data science has become popular now. But data science has always been there because it's just basically using data to make decisions. And you have been making decisions all through your life, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Every day that you're living, even to brush your teeth, to open your eyes after you wake up in the morning, everything is a decision, right?
Yes.
How do you know? Like, do you think that every day you think and decide how exactly the teeth will be brushed? What is the method of doing so? Do you think every morning? Or you just like go out there, half of your eyes closed, and still you just pick up the brush, put it in your mouth and start doing it?
Yeah, it's stored in somewhere in our brain, I guess.
Exactly. So that is basically a model in your brain that has gotten trained. And now it has gotten trained to a level that you do not even notice that the model is running. Right?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, how will you make the decision, right? Your brain has neurons. Those neurons have to figure out. That's what a habit is. Habit is basically, if I tell you in a data science term, habit is basically training a model so much that it's difficult to notice that the model is running. That much you train it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes,
now
sir.
the key thing is Anand Mishra is asking, is he eating? Is who eating? Me? Yeah, I might have been eating. I had like an apple with me. It's a long day, right? So anyway.
Organic.
Yeah, organic, man. So now, so even see this, right? Maybe the way I was speaking, the change in the tone, and you use that data to finally become James Bond here and say that is he eating, right? So that's the thing about data, right? Any data, you can use data, you can learn stuff from it. So now the point that I'm trying to make is that whatever you do, whatever career you guys choose, right? You need to understand one thing: data is going to become like English eventually. What do I mean by that? If you did not know English, you think you will be able to survive in the world today, at least from a professional point of view?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You know how to read, write, and understand and talk in English, you think you'll be able to do something good? It's sad. Yeah, and it's sad, but you won't be able to do much, right? If you want to, like, I'm not talking about living your life in your house, but I'm saying if you want to work, if you want to, even searching on Google, right? It becomes like, it's painful. Right now all of the companies are coming with these regional languages as well, but maybe forget about even that. At least you'll be missing out on some really good quality content, right? Now, who's gonna fucking dub The Godfather in Hindi for you? And anyone who dubs it is gonna screw it, right? They'll screw
Yeah.
So you know that if you did not know English, you know that you'll be missing something really cool, really nice. And this is just like a far off example. A multinational company, if you want to work with an Amazon or a Microsoft or a Facebook or a Google or a Tesla, Uber, any great company, will you be able to do it without knowing English?
No.
So you're finished, right? That's the same thing which is going to happen with data eventually, very soon. That data science is going to become more like English very soon. That anyone who is data illiterate, anyone who cannot understand data and make decisions using that in a structured manner, will basically become pointless in the working culture. Why? Because when everyone is using data, when everyone knows their customers much better than you do, then of course everyone will compete much better than you and your business will go down eventually, right? If not today, in a few years. Try to imagine this, right? In Banaras, or let's say a small town like, what should I say, Ujjain, a small town like Ujjain, let's say every garment shop has collected data about what their customer preferences are, when their customers like to buy, what kind of products their customers like to buy. If all of them did that, and let's say yours is the only shop which is still running on a traditional retail model, and let's imagine that these guys got all the data about your customers as well, started analyze their data, started throwing them offers right before when they buy, right? Giving them discounts in the right places, in the right seasons, whenever these customers buy more, whenever they need more. If they started doing that, do you think your business will survive more than a couple of years if the entire city is doing that and you are not?
I guess not.
So the same thing is going to happen.
No, sir.
Exactly. So the same thing is going to happen eventually for every business, right? I took the example of retail because it is one of the traditional businesses running that not typical brick and mortar shop. But all the other businesses are definitely going to depend completely on data. So eventually it is going to become a skill which will be absolute necessity. Now, there are some misconceptions in people's minds about what data science is. So tell me one thing. To solve that problem initially about the Facebook people you may know thing, what was the skill that was required to begin with? To create this, whatever we've created, did we build like some crazy algorithm here, or did we just took some estimates and made like a decent guess based on our intelligence or our common sense? Right?
Or observation.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to some estimates.
Yeah, we've done some guesstimates, we've used some common sense. So the misconception that people have is that it's about building most crazy algorithms and models. It's not. Like, it's not just that. It's much more than that, right? If you are one of the greatest mathematician, you think that you have a extra advantage to solve this Facebook wala problem compared to someone who's not a great mathematician at this point? I'm just talking about this one, what you see on screen. Does it require a great mathematician to solve this problem?
No, sir.
Did we do any complex algebra here? Any calculus?
No.
We have did guest estimation, sir.
Yes, and we use some basic math, we use some basic common sense, understanding of process, business, and that's what, right? But we certainly did not create any crazy algorithm. Also, solving that problem did not require some strong programming skills or computer science background. And at the same time, extensive statistics was not required to solve that problem. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these are some of the common misconceptions that people have
Yes,
about
sir.
data science and how data science should be learned, right? So I hope that you're all clear about what data science is, why I'm talking for like almost 1 hour non-stop on data science. You must have realized by now. And also you must have realized that why the entire world is going mad about data science. Why are you seeing so many ads on YouTube? Why you are seeing so much of buzz around data science and data analytics. And you would also have realized why people are saying that data is the new oil, right? Everyone clear with this much? I'll move forward if you're clear with this.
Yes, sir.
Great. Now let me give you, in a very short span, I'll give you my journey, right? So I told you all about how I joined Fractal and how I started working there. And I told you that I finally landed at Fisher Jordan, right? Now, the great thing at Fisher Jordan that happened with me that I was working day to day with very senior level folks, very senior people, like 14, 15 years senior to me. So it's the same equation as what you are, right? You are right now in first year. I am approx 32. So that kind of difference, right? Like you must be 18, 19. I am like 13, 14 years senior to you. Now, if we work together right now, of course, based on my 9 years of professional experience, I will not have tolerance for a lot of bullshit errors that you might be making while working with me, right? So what's going to happen? That I'm going to make your life miserable for making mistakes. And because of that, you are going to realize that mistakes are not going to be tolerated. So you will have to scale yourself up, right? You will have to grow yourself. You will have to evolve into a more mature, more professional resource to work with me. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
the same thing
Yes, sir,
happened to me.
definitely.
So the same thing happened to me. These people were like PhDs from Caltech, and one of them had founded a company. He was a co-founder of Inductis, which is like a huge consulting company. And that level of people these guys were. And when I worked with them, the experience that I got prepared me completely to run a consulting business and understand what consulting is exactly end to end. Right? So I took like 3 years of solid experience from Fisher Jordan. I understood the entire consulting world, how exactly consulting is sold, how exactly clients are handled, how are problems taken from clients and converted into data problems. So for example, there are various problems that I've solved in my career so far. Let's say one of them was that, okay, how do I know? Do you all know about mutual funds? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone heard about mutual funds?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, sir.
So I was working with a company, and that company was basically acquired by MobiQuick eventually. So it was my client, and what they wanted me to do was to help them predict which mutual fund is going to give maximum returns in the next 2 years. Do you think it's an interesting problem to solve, and it's a valuable problem to solve if we can do so?
Yes, sir.
So what I did was I used 15 years of past mutual fund performance data, and I created models and algorithms to solve that problem and conclude that, hey, I will be able to predict with almost 71% accuracy the mutual fund that are going to be among the top 20% performers in the coming 2 years. That's the model I did, right? Now, to create that kind of model, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, right? It's an insane problem. It took almost 2.5 months to solve. Now, various steps, how to approach the problem, how to go about it, all of those things, basically all that I learned when I was at Fisher Jordan, and it was like an immense experience because of working with these senior level people. I worked with them for almost 3 years, and overall, after taking about 5 years of professional experience working with various companies, I started my own company, Zorba, in May 2017, and have been running it since then. And a very funny thing happened, right? So initially, when I started Zorba, what I had thought was I'll work as a freelancer and I'll move to Himachal Pradesh, right? And basically chill out there. So that was my my agenda at one point. And something really interesting happened, that I was thinking that I am from an IIT and all that stuff. And, when I go out and tell people that I'm doing freelance projects, people will be like going mad and they'll like come and give me the projects happily and all that. But nothing of that sort happened. It all fell on my face because it took me like 40 days to get the first project, which was just for 35 pounds.
टीम वर्क लिख देना एनसीसी ड्यूरिंग एनसीसी वो समझो डिसिप्लिन लड़का है
Guys, can you please put yourself on mute?
Hello, hello. Can you Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
So what happened is it took me 40 days to get the first project. And that entire thing that I had in mind, right? Imagine 40 days to get 35 pounds. 35 pounds was not even, I think it was 2,500 or 2,600 rupees at that point. I left a job which was paying me shitloads of money. I started Zorba and it took me 40 days to earn 2,600 rupees. Can you imagine how it must have been at that point? And after those first 40 days, I was completely shattered. But I just kept going. And, one of my ex-bosses referred a client to me. And that's how I got that first project, which was this MobiQuick mutual fund prediction project. And that project was like, I think it paid around 3.5 lakhs for 6 weeks at that point. And it was huge for me because at that point it was like I was happy that I'm able to make as much as my salary uh, working on my own. And that project I did completely, like I sold that project to client, created the project plan, technical plan, analysis plan, algorithms, and then delivered the whole thing. I handled the client on my own completely, and that entire process took that job away from me forever. I decided that I'm never going to do a job again. And then I kept working like that for the first 2 years. And then we started expanding Zorba's team. And today we are like more than 14 people in the team with many contractors and interns and part-time, full-time resources who work with me. It's a small consulting setup. But the good thing is that I have complete freedom over my time and, I can eat apple while being on a call also. So that's been an interesting journey so far. Now, there are some mistakes that I have mentioned about, but these mistakes are more from an entrepreneur's point of view. And I'm not going to discuss about them. I'm going to talk more about data science here. I will send this deck to you guys so that you can evaluate it later at your end, right? Go through these mistakes. They are really, really personal things that I have put out there. Everyone talks about their successes. I'm talking about my failures as well here so that, you guys can realize that in spite of messing so much, I've done pretty well overall, so that you guys can feel motivated that there's no such thing as making too many mistakes. You make more mistakes, you grow more. You make more mistakes, that's what builds you for future. All right. Any questions so far, guys? Anything that you want to ask till now in the session? Anyone who does not understand what data science is now or why it is critical?
Sir,
Yeah.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go on, man.
Sir, is it compulsory to learn any languages? That's computer coding languages, Python, Java, C++.
I would recommend you to know at least one of them if possible. And I will tell you why I'm saying that, right? You're coming from a technical background, right? You've cleared JE, man. So I think
yes, sir.
It is ideal for you to know at least one language.
Sir, which?
If you want to get into data science, it will be Python.
Achha.
All right. Anything else? Come on, quick, guys. We're gonna move on.
Yes.
If you have any questions, you can ask.
Till this point, guys.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, what is correlation between data science and machine learning such as artificial intelligence?
Got it. Many people ask that question actually. So to understand that, I'm going to give you a basic example. Data science basically encapsulates everything, right? So data science is more like, you can say, it's an umbrella term. It's all about data and data related stuff that you do. All of that will come under data science. Now, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Machine learning is basically a technique, right? So within data science, machine learning is basically a way to actually train your models so that you can achieve artificial intelligence. Do you understand? Now, that machine learning you will be using, so Tesla's cars will be using a machine learning algorithm, and that's how those cars have become artificially intelligent to drive without a human. Do you understand? Machine learning as a technique enables you to achieve artificial intelligence.
Sir, I have more of a request. Can you please discuss your entrepreneurial mistakes and how feasible it is to maybe get a startup in the data science field while in college?
Sure. So I will go back to that mistakes wala part now. So see, one of the biggest mistakes that I made was that I won't call it mistake. It was just my preference, basically. I did not want to have like a big company in the beginning. My objective in the beginning was that I want to do a decent amount of work and I want to settle down in Himachal Pradesh. Right?
To do job and earn money.
Sorry? Guys, can you I can't hear you. I can't hear you, man. Guys, do one thing. Please try to put your questions in the chat window. It will be easier that way.
Yes. Yes, guys, you can drop a message in the chat window.
Yeah. So then, guys, what started happening is that, first of all, I did not have a complete clarity about what I'm going to do with this company, right? And then I took too long to expand the offerings to suit the market demand. I did not work on creating a brand for myself in the initial years. And from a data science perspective, if you are asking me, the biggest mistake that I made was I started learning many of the great technologies very late in my career. Like, I became an expert eventually, but still I could have done even better if I would have learned those skills way ahead in time. For example, Python came into picture about 2014-15, right? When I started working, Python was not even a common name. But today, if you talk about it, every data scientist probably knows about Python and is working with it. So I thought, okay, it's fine. It's a new language that has come up. Why to learn it right away? And I wasted some time. And I realized that, okay, I had to work a lot more harder later on to actually scale up on Python because I did not learn it right away when it came, right? So those kinds of mistakes. And then, of course, whenever I was doing some work, right, I always wanted to work on a premium price point. So I never wanted to serve mass audience. So at Zorba, we charge the clients like $50, $60, $70 per hour, $80 per hour, even $100 per hour at times, right? For the work that we deliver, for the services that we deliver. And even when I did not have too many projects, even at that point, I did not want to work on lower price points. And I realized later on that it was a mistake because even if I would have worked on lower price points, I should have at least retained the clients, right? If I would have retained the clients, I would have gotten a lot of business from them and the company would have grown a lot more bigger, very fast, very quick, which like whatever happened in 3 years could happen in 1 year also, right? Wherever we are now, we probably could be at this point 2 years back itself if I would have agreed to work on slightly lower price points to keep the clients with us. So a lot of these.
So was it possible that you could have directly started when you like graduated from college?
I was.
Or you did not have that much working experience and.
Yeah. So I'd understand that when I got out of the college, right, data science itself was a new, like data science term did not exist. at that point. It was data analytics, right? This data science term as it is has sprouted and become so popular in the last 6 years. So at that point, probably starting out was not possible for me. I did start a couple of companies while I was in college. So like I started a company like named College Nirvana to help like basically all the tier 2 and tier 3 engineering colleges of the country to basically take all the activities apart from academics in our hands, to have like a physical club in every college in the country, which will make sure that even these other colleges get the same exposure that IITs and IIMs get. So I started a couple of companies, but data science consulting, I don't think I could have started at that point because I didn't know much and I hated programming also at that point. Even I hate it today also, but then gotta feed yourself, right? So I learned it eventually. And then engineering branch, whoever is asking, I was in chemical engineering at ITBHU.
So would it be feasible for us to like get a good startup in the data science field while we are in college?
Yes, definitely it could be. And the biggest thing that probably you could do is to start learning, get the right roadmap to get started, which we are going to go into right away. So let's not waste any time because my friend Gaurav is becoming very anxious over there. And I'll just get into the roadmap right away.
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right. So now, if you want to get into data science, what you need to do. Now, there are two things here, right? This roadmap is basically a generic roadmap, which I see every training company putting out there. Now, what Zorba specializes in, what we have started doing recently is that we have consulted more than 45 small and medium scale businesses and more than 8 Fortune 500 companies in the last 4 years, especially. And in that period, what has happened is we've generated more than $80 million of value for all of these clients that we've worked for. And overall, we've done more than 110 projects in data science for all of these clients. So after doing all of that, I realized that whenever we try to recruit people from these various training programs, I realized that these guys are not nearly good enough to work with us because they've not been trained by consultants. They've trained by some academic trainers who are really good at statistics, probably someone who's really good programmer. But you need to actually learn from a real data scientist to understand what exactly the game is, right? So let me first tell you about this roadmap that is a generic roadmap. That is not our roadmap, but it's a generic roadmap. So you choose the programming language. Python is the preferred choice because it's more versatile, more dynamic, easier to work with. Then you go through a couple of ML courses, which is machine learning courses and statistical part of it. And even Zorba has like a 5-day workshop on that front. We've launched like a product in the market around same. And then you need to study SQL. SQL is basically structured querying language. That's the full form of SQL. This is basically how you retrieve the data, right? So all the data that we spoke about in the Facebook problem, where do you think that data must be stored? It must not be stored on those Excel workbooks, right? I hope you know that all the data that we generate, the amount of data we generate, it can't be stored in the Excel workbooks, right? It needs to be stored into databases. So you need to know SQL so that you can get data from those databases to build your models and do data science upon, right? And then you complete like 1 or 2 Kaggle projects, perform detailed analysis, modeling and all that. Join some communities. Kaggle is like a platform where data scientists hang out. You can say Kaggle is like a LinkedIn only for data scientists, something like that, right? Or a GitHub for data scientists or whatever, something of that sort you can assume. And just you can Google Kaggle out and you'll figure a lot of things out. Now, this is the generic roadmap which everyone teaches, but then the innovation that I am trying to bring on in this roadmap is that I don't believe that this is the correct way to go about it, because I have learned certain things at my end in my career in this entire process that I have gone through, of so much of time that has been spent in working with various clients, in pursuing so many CEOs and CFOs and CTOs and CMOs of companies to work with us. What I have learned is that if you really want to become a great data leader, right? If you really want to go to that level in data science and not just remain a data analyst, there is a completely different roadmap that you can follow. And that roadmap is basically what I preach in our programs at Zorba and whatever work that we do here. So that roadmap basically consists of a different skill set and method to look at your data science career. And that roadmap is basically what I'm going to share with you now. So just brace yourself. I hope you can see my screen still. Now, one thing that I have realized is that the most important skill is not programming. It is also not maths. The most important skill that you need to work on to become a great data scientist or a great professional is to formulating your thoughts properly, searching for information, finding and understanding it, right? That's the most important piece. But using all of this, the roadmap that I have created, I have figured out 5 key areas on which a person needs to be trained, and these 5 islands you need to grow. Basically, I like to call it the 5 islands of becoming a great data leader. These 5 key islands you need to develop. You need to build on these 5 islands. You need to keep think about these 5 islands as like a piggy bank that you have, and you need to keep depositing your expertise in these 5 piggy banks. And that is something that can really enable you to become a data science CEO one day, to become a data science leader, a director, a principal consultant, to become like a senior level executive in data science one day. And not just in data science, actually, in any profession for that matter, because as I told you, right, that people in tomorrow's world, in tomorrow's professional world, it is going to be impossible to reach beyond a level if you're not very, very strong in these 5 areas that I have mentioned over here. And basically around these 5 areas, Zorba is launching some laser focused workshops to enable people to get started, right? Get the right start, because we have gotten so many people's requests that, so we want to get into data science, but we do not want to do like big courses at this point. We want to get started really quick. We are still in college. We are not going to go for a job right now so that we can afford and we can, pay for courses which are like super expensive. Some people are asking like thousands and lakhs of rupees at times for these kinds of courses. So that's why basically the team at Zorba has come up using all the experience from 110 projects that we've delivered. We've created these micro workshops. These micro workshops are basically 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours in duration in general. And they have like specific agenda for each one of them. So it's like business acumen and problem solving is one area. Mathematics and statistics from a business point of view is another area. Programming aptitude, not like becoming a programmer, but more of getting a programming aptitude to make sure that you have enough under your belt to become a good data scientist. You don't want to become a programmer, right? Many people get scared of data science because they don't like programming. And that's what we figured out, because I myself did not like programming when I had started out. So that is another key aspect that we consider. And then communication and stakeholder management, right? How will you develop your communication to handle leadership, right? As I see, like many of you here, had it been a discussion, had it been a critical business discussion, it would have been a problem, right? Because at this point, you do not know how to potentially interact with people who are really, really senior to you, how to potentially interact with the CEOs of companies. If the way normally we go on, if the same way you go on pursuing a CEO, they're going to throw you out of the cabin right away, forget about the project, right? So that whole thing we are trying to bring out to students, and we are trying to bring it out, like we're making it open for students, even school students, like, so whoever is like 16 plus, I think they can take up this program. And even working professionals are one of the key groups that who are doing these programs with us. So we've launched this program, and of course, like, it's BHU, so we offer a lot of discounts. You can check those out on Zorba's website. It's at a very, very discounted price, the entire combination at this point. And yeah, if you have any other questions regarding the roadmap or the way you should be pursuing, right? So the roadmap is here, right? This is the roadmap. These 4 areas. If someone was asking me, what exactly I need to do, sir, so that I ensure that I reach a really, really high level in my career from a data science perspective, or any other career for that matter in my professional life, those 4 areas are critical ones for you. That is going to be very, very, very important for future, at least for the next 10 to 20 years. So any other questions, if you guys have, you can ask me. I'm there to help you guys out. And we are already, we've already gone ahead by 3-4 minutes. So let's try to wrap it quick. Gaurav here is asking, what is Acumen? So Acumen, Gaurav, is basically the sense of understanding any new business domain, right? So when you work as a consultant, when you work as a data scientist, probably you are solving a problem for an automobile company, or you may be solving a problem for some manufacturing company. You could be solving a problem for a food processing company. You may be solving a problem for a financial bank. Now, as a data scientist, you will be working with different industries, different domains, different companies. And to be able to quickly understand those domains, right? Because it won't happen that, okay, if you're going to work for a bank, the bank is not going to give you 2 months that, hey, Gaurav, buddy, I know that you don't know anything about banking. Go and learn about banking and then come, I'll give you the project to do. It's not going to happen, right? The project is going to come, you are going to grab the opportunity, and then whatever you need to learn in a day or 2, just like you do in exams, right? And then you have to fucking write the exams. So when you go and pitch this client is not going to wait that, okay, oh, let Gaurav figure out what banking is, and then we'll probably look into it because, he doesn't know about it. So Acumen is basically the capability to understand and scale up in any particular business real quick, so that you can solve the problems for that business. Because without a business acumen, if you do not understand automobile business, what are you going to talk to the CEO or the senior leaders in a Maruti or a TVS or a Honda? You're not going to be able to hold that conversation, right? Not even 5 minutes, probably, if you don't understand their business. So that's what acumen is: the capability to understand a business and to solve problems for that business. Any other question?
So where can we get more information and access for the workshop, micro workshop, and that 5 days workshop also?
Of course. Let me do one thing. Let me just quickly share my screen and show you something, and I'll share the same on this chat window as well. So basically, you can go and check out Zorba's website. And can you guys see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Sir. But
great. So the micro workshops are here. The micro course is still going to be launched. The 5-day workshop is going to be live pretty soon. This is the micro workshop, which has all the 4 workshops included in one. And that's the one that we encourage people to take up. It has all of these details here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share this link with you guys in the chat window. There's complete detail about what all we do. The intent of this workshop, it's a small program, right? Because it's for students also, and it's for anyone who wants to quickly understand how to go on. We do, like, it's basically for people to figure out if they really want to get into data science as a profession, right? Because maybe it's possible that you sign up for a 50,000 course and you realize that, hey, I don't enjoy it so much. The same thing happened with me at ITBHU. I joined there and I realized I don't want to do chemical engineering. Maybe if I would have known that earlier, I would have taken a different call. Maybe I would have taken maths and computing, right? So it's basically intended for people to figure out what exactly they feel about this particular career. And of course, it has all of these components which are going to be critical in any job that you guys are going to get into, right? mathematics is basic skill, right? Any business numbers, how are you going to analyze? And this math is basically from a business point of view, right? It's basically the whole perspective is to give people an understanding from working in the corporate culture, working with business leaders point of view. So you can come here, you can check this. The same thing is available in the curriculum section here as well. You can check the curriculum, you can figure out what all is going to be covered in this. It's a phenomenal program. Actually, we've done it for like even company CEOs of some startups and companies, and they've really loved and enjoyed it. In fact, last week when we did this program, there was a senior leader from TCS, and I was not expecting that such senior people will also want to do these kinds of workshops. But then this guy actually had like a team of 420 people under him. Like he was the delivery head for TCS in the entire Middle East, and I was shocked. I didn't understand what was this guy doing here, because he has 25 years more experience compared to me. But then what we realized, what he gave us as feedback, is that the combination of these packages that we have created, he said it's so useful for any business leader, any analyst, for everyone, basically whoever wants to grow their career in a proper way. It is so useful for everyone that he really wanted to take a refresher and understand all of these things from my perspective, from what we guys have prepared, from the research that we did over all these 110 projects that we delivered. So it's a very interesting opportunity. You can enroll here. The ideal thing to do is to get all of these 4 workshops at one, because it's like there's an early bird offer we are running in, because we do not offer this program in general to B2C customers, like every individual. We've just launched it for individuals 1 month back. Otherwise, it was always being done company to company. So we used to go into a company and train all their employees on this thing, because all the freshers that used to come in the company, we used to do these sessions for the freshers, because the same thing, right? They are freshers. They don't know how to exactly pursue their career. They don't have that maturity many a time. So we did this program for many companies. I think more than 4,000 business leaders and analysts we've done this program for. I've shared the link in the chat window as well. You can know more about it. There's a lot of stuff that's out there. So in terms of curriculum, right, there's a lot that you can figure out here. And it's completely from a practical business problem solving point of view. It's basically trying to give you stuff which is absolutely necessary for you to work in a company, right? Solve actual business problems rather than going into theoretical math and all that stuff. So yeah, that's basically more or less about it. And then the PPT that I had, right? I'll share that PPT with you guys as well. Is there an option to mail it to someone, or Raghunayak, should I be sending the PPT to you and then you can share it with everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can share. I will share.
Fantastic. All right, guys. So yeah, that's all. I think I've given you all the inputs. Go check this out. And I really wish that you guys do not make the same mistakes that we made in our initial careers, because of course we did not have this kind of guidance, right? It's like you guys are lucky that in your first year you're listening to this kind of a session. So I wish you all the best. I wish you really become a great data leader eventually. And yeah, best of luck, guys. Thanks a lot for having me here. Any other question? Let's wrap it up in the next 1 minute.
So can I say that you are responsible for the YouTube ads which prompt?
What? Responsible for what?
For the YouTube and Facebook ads.
What Facebook ads?
So indirectly, like you are responsible for YouTube and Facebook ads.
Responsible, I won't say. That's to make. But we can help people figure out what kind of ads to be given to whom. All right. Anything else?
If you have any questions, you can ask. This is a great time to explore you guys. Hello. So
right.
if you don't have a
Sir,
question, so
Yep.
sir, I have a question that every people has like a 5 year plan, 10 year plan. During your college life, what was like your 5 year plan, 10 year plan like thing?
So actually, it was I always had one plan, right? Like we all have dreams, right? My dream was, and we all have a vision about it, right? So I had a vision to work with top level decision makers in business. I had that like long back. You can figure it out from the fact that for my second year internship, right? Like at the beginning of the second year internship, I had done at IIM Ahmedabad. I was that clear that I want to get into business. I want to work with business leaders and decision makers. I always wanted to sit in the boardrooms of businesses and help them make decisions. And I always fancied that, I'll be the youngest person in the room and everyone will be listening to me because the business that I've developed has that capability that gives me the leverage to give my expertise to all of these people who've been working for even 40, 50 years in the industry.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to know what are the skill sets that are required in a person to be a successful data scientist, data analyst.
That's exactly what I put up there, right? That's exactly what I shared with you.
That is, yes, the 4 or 5 the piggy banks you talked about, which are
Yes, those 5 areas, exactly.
and what can we do if just like we are confined to our homes right now? So what can we do apart from the workshops, micro workshops which we talked about? What can we do to develop some of the skills? Like
No,
just
that's
start
what I'm
with.
saying. That micro workshop is a way to do that, right? With us, but even otherwise, those areas, right? I've told you those areas. I've shared the roadmap with you. You can use that and you can learn it. You can do a lot of googling. You can do a couple of courses on basic things here and there. So the only thing is that you may be able to find some courses on statistics. You may be able to find some courses on programming also in Python. You can start doing that at a basic level, and whatever approach is there, like it may be possible that it's not the best way to do that, but still you can get started, right? Whatever people are sharing on the internet, on the YouTube videos channels, that you can start exploring at least, even if you're not doing the workshop, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
hello.
Hmm.
So guys, I have shared one link in chat box. It's a feedback link. You can open the feedback and you can give the feedback also.
Great. This feedback is for the participants, not for me, right?
No, not you, sir. For participants
Okay.
only.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for joining. Okay. So Raghu, can we just call
Thank
it?
you. Thank you, Lord, sir, for giving your valuable time to us.
No worries, guys. No worries. It's absolutely a pleasure to come back and talk to people at ITBHU. It's really great to have you all. And we would have had some more fun, but actually I have another 9 p.m. In next 10 minutes. So we'll have to leave. Otherwise, definitely we would have done some Bakchodi.
Sir, we will take one small screenshot pic. So, like,
Sure.
guys, can you on your video? So,
All right, yeah, that'll be fun. Should I also pose or something? Is the pose going to come?
yeah, we can.
All right.
And Thakre, can you take the screenshot?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Wait, sir, I haven't took.
Okay, you take. I think the yo is gonna be a bit too much. Doesn't suit my profession now.
Neeraj, you can take because I have slow net, so I have some bluff.
Yeah.
All right, guys,
Sir,
is it done?
sir, I have forgotten. Neeraj is our convener, sir. our SCS convener.
Oh,
Sorry.
great. Great. Good stuff. Neeraj, pleasure meeting you, man. I used to head, like when and in our times, I used to head marketing for Kashi Yatra when I was in campus. It was really fun there. It used to be super exciting stuff. Okay.
Okay,
Guys,
sir.
so are we done? Have we done whatever we wanted to do? Should we call it a day?
Yeah, we can start the video.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks a lot, guys. And it was fun having you all here. Thank you. And
Thank you,
bye-bye.
sir.
Good
Bye.
luck.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.